Ethan has always had an interest in his genealogy, so when he was given an opportunity to take a DNA test, he did not hesitate to do so. It was quite interesting to see that he had more connection with his maternal side of the family than he had anticipated. But as the days went by, something started to change to the worse. The notification rang, and Ethan looked at the screen with eyes wide open, not knowing that this was just the start of a change. In the beginning, Ethan did not pay much attention to it, but soon his skin became tender, his hair became, and his deep voice became high-pitched. "This cannot be happening," Ethan said in a low tone that was unfamiliar to him. The alterations were gradual, but they were genuine. He felt the bud of something unknown and inexplicable within him. A few days later, Ethan was in front of the mirror, and he could not believe what he saw in the mirror. His body, which was once well-toned, was now different. His stomach seemed fuller, rounder. He touched his stomach tentatively with his hands, and for the first time he felt a strange bulge, not from fat but from something else entirely. "No, this can't be real," Ethan whispered, looking at the face in the mirror in horror. Gradually, the changes grew more rapid. Ethan's chest felt sore, and his heart too was enlarged, and he felt a strange heaviness inside of him. What he saw in the mirror was not himself, but a completely different person. A woman, gentle and tender-hearted. "This is crazy," he told himself, and his thoughts started to race. There was no reason for it, and yet his body was changing right before his eyes. Ethan was panicking, and he went to the doctor looking for some sort of answer. After a brief examination, the doctor was able to explain the reason for such a transformation. The DNA test triggered a genetic change inherited from his female relatives, and he was transforming into something no one could have ever imagined. "You are pregnant," the doctor said it as if he could not believe it himself. "This is something which is unique, something which belongs to your mother's side of the family." Back at home, Ethan was standing in front of the mirror, and for the first time he realized that he had changed not only his looks. His once flat stomach now protruded in a soft curve. His hands, almost in spite of himself, lay lightly upon his stomach, as if he were unconsciously shielding the unborn child within. "I'm pregnant?" He repeated those words softly, his voice trembling with disbelief. Days became weeks, and Ethan could easily tell that his body was going through some transformation. His belly started protruding, and his chest developed larger breast lumps. He was pondering on the notion of motherhood, an idea that, only several days ago, he would have considered ridiculous. But now, there was a link that could not be ignored. "Why am I—" he began, but could not continue any further. It was becoming increasingly obvious. The change was not only external, but internal as well. He was no longer the same person he used to be. He felt a change from within. One morning, as Ethan, who had become indubitably more feminine in appearance, gazed at himself in the mirror, he murmured the name that he had been uttering for days, Elena. He had never really had a name that he felt was right for him, and this felt like a part of him had been put into the right slot. He could no longer run away from the fact that he was turning into Elena, a woman whose womb held the generations of her family. "I don't know how this is happening," Elena whispered, touching her stomach that had just begun to show, but there was no trace of terror in her words at all. Elena's transformation wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. She was aware of the power of her womanhood, of being pregnant and bearing a child, as if she was carrying not only the unborn child, but also the past generations of women. "This is who I am," she whispered to herself, and for the first time she felt a kind of serenity in her heart. In the mirror, there was no Ethan anymore, but a woman of grace and strength, a woman with a life growing in her. Having found herself, Elena was ready to face the future and accept the changes she had undergone. She was not afraid anymore. She was something different. She was something lovely. She was something strong. "I'm Elena," she said. Her tone was proud, and with this, Elena started a new life, and she took with her the strength of her ancestors and the life that was waiting to be born. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.